Hello. On a very glad day, I welcome you on behalf of Pollyanna of Littleton, New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction. What a beautiful day in a beautiful small town that we have today. We're here to celebrate, we're here to remember and enjoy the perspective on our history. This is the 16th anniversary of the historic unveiling of the jubilant sculpture Pollyanna on the library lawn. Yes, be glad and cheerful. My name is Karen. I enjoy seeing so many yellow stickers. If you've missed them, we have more. Do you know how many names are on the sculpture? I'll clue you in. Eleanor Porter's name is on the sculpture. She is the author of Pollyanna, whose name is also on the sculpture. We will be celebrating Eleanor Porter's 150th birthday year, so we have plenty of birthday cake, and you may help yourself and enjoy the refreshments of birthday cake, fudge, and lemonade as Pollyanna of Littleton's Fun and Sweet 16 treat for all. There is a third name on the sculpture. Emil Birch, New Hampshire's artist and creator of this beautiful bronze sculpture. We also think of him today, and this is one of the few events of Pollyanna Day that he has missed. And it is a time of challenge in the Birch's experience. And you can read more about it and see our tribute on page 7 to Emil Birch. He has a significant health diagnosis, and he is challenged by that, and our hearts and our heartfelt thoughts are with the family. No doubt, his Pollyanna gladness reigns, and gladness of Pollyanna reigns today. Part of our joy is exactly as Eleanor Porter defended Pollyanna, her character. Pollyanna did not take life as everything was perfect and wonderful. It is the gift of gladness to be able to find something to be glad about at any time in every day. Everybody is not glad all the time at the same time. That's what makes community. Gladness brings us together. We lift each other up to greater gladness. Eleanor Porter was born in 1868. That very same year, 150 years ago, Littleton High School was happening. What a happening town, and fun to say and think that Eleanor Porter was born into. The lively vitality that Littleton must have had at that time to look futuristically and to invest in the quality of life and education and think of those things. Most definitely to this day in the future, Pollyanna of Littleton represents our literary, our social, our artistic, and our performance arts and culture. We have a terrific heritage. There is one name, one family name that is not on the sculpture, and we thank them publicly today. The Eames family. Their name, yes, grand applause for commissioning this sculpture and sustaining through Pollyanna of Littleton, New Hampshire, the nonprofit. Their name in North Country is older than Eleanor Porter is, that has more longevity. I believe the Eames family began as a proud residences and effective residences of North Country almost 100 years before Eleanor Porter. So, I know that because I saw a paver at the Old Man Plaza that gave the date. So I know it's true. And so we can be glad for our heritage, the longevity, the joy we have to share today. And those are my welcoming words to all of us. We now have from the town an affirmation, and our newest select board representative, Carrie, is here to present that. Thank you all. Be glad, be cheerful.
Thank you, Karen. On behalf of the selectmen, I'd like to read the proclamation. The Town of Littleton, New Hampshire, a proclamation, official Pollyanna Day, June 9th, 2018. Whereas Littleton is the birthplace of Eleanor H. Porter, a world-renowned author and creator of Pollyanna. And today we acknowledge this year is her 150th birthday. And whereas the official Pollyanna Day occasion is glad and cheerfully to gather at the welcoming signature sculpture on the beautiful Littleton Public Library lawn. And whereas the unflagging optimistic spirit and positive be glad nature of Pollyanna is embodied by the Littleton community in all of its endeavors. And whereas this celebration weekend marks the 16th anniversary of the historic unveiling of the bronze Pollyanna statue, June 15th, 2002, by New Hampshire artist Emil Birch, commissioned by the Eames family as an inspiration for the community and others. And whereas Pollyanna of Littleton Incorporated is a nonprofit organization dedicated to the promotion of Pollyanna, her spirit, as well as the Littleton area. And whereas events of Pollyanna Glad Days have brought the story and spirit of Pollyanna gladness alive with history, walking tours downtown and through the Pollyanna Gateway to the charm of the Riverside with music and activities, bringing delight in groups and special relationships. And whereas uplifting the influence of hometown history and creating a solution for renaming Upper Mill Street, the town of Littleton gave tribute to Eleanor H. Porter, 1868 to 1920, by name Porter Street. And now, therefore, we, the Littleton Selectmen, do gladly reaffirm that the second Saturday of June will be known in all future years as official Pollyanna Glad Day, Glad Days weekend, and further enthusiastically recognize New Hampshire's most welcoming attraction as an enduring symbol of Littleton's community, spirit, culture, literary, and artistic heritage. Thank you.
Our signature honorees always participate all year long and do things that enhance the theme and the spirit of gladness. Right now, I'm going to call on one of our signature honorees, and that would be Mr. Dick Alberini and radio personality Phil Rivera.
Okay, we do a fanfare, and we're going to be singing America the Beautiful. If you would like to join in, would love to have you join in. Let me get my pitch pipe.
La 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 la.
Ready?
Excuse me. I'm ready.
Go.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee. and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. O beautiful for pilgrim feet who stirred in passion stress, a thoroughfare for freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw. Confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in all. Yes. How many pages do you have? Thank you. You ever have one of those days? Today's one of those days.
And by the way, Eleanor Hodgman Porter was born in that house next door, the gray one. It was built in 1863. A little bit of history.
There'll also be a history walking tour, Dick asked me to mention, this afternoon, 6 o'clock, leaving from this area. Thank you. At this time, it has been 1 year, just about, since Megan Carr has been the new librarian in town. I ask her to come forward now. And we would be glad to.
Okay, thank you. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to welcome you all to the library lawn. It's really exciting to have this whole event back here on the library property. And as Dick said, right next door to where Eleanor Porter was born. This is one of those events that makes you really proud to be a part of this town, to show our, cultural heritage. This town has a huge cultural arts legacy that, includes Pollyanna and Eleanor Porter, the beautiful Carnegie building behind me, the art collection we have, and all of the cultural touch points we have in town, and including the new and exciting opportunities that are happening. So we are very glad to be hosts of the Pollyanna statue. She kind of inspires us every single day to be our best. And she's a wonderful spark to get people into the door and learning about what Littleton is actually all about. Every day we have people who are curious about, what is Pollyanna? And we start our little spiel of, well, the author was born here. She lived next door. Is it not working? Okay, that got very close to my face. Oh, you want to switch?
Switch. Sorry about that.
It's okay. All right. So I hope we all take today to kind of recognize how wonderful this community is and how great it is to have this legacy of, this cultural arts, the amount that Littleton cares about its cultural institutions and promotes, literacy, the arts and education. And it's apparent really on this day where we come forward and celebrate this character that was created in the little town of Littleton that is known worldwide. As I said, Pollyanna, she inspires us every day to be positive in our work and to positively embrace every challenge that comes through the door. And it's just a little reminder that even the littlest things that we do can have these lifelong, profound impacts on the world around us. Who knew that a young woman from Littleton would go on to create a character that 150 years later we're celebrating on her birthday? So today, we are glad, and I hope you spend some time enjoying what Littleton actually has to offer and are grateful for that. Thank you.
Stay just a minute. We want to present some history to you so you can catch up on 15 years because you've had 1 year, 16. And this is a full, complete set of every booklet of 16 years.
Oh,
And it includes the newest. So there you have it for your library records and also for the heritage of the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes. Now is the time. You'll recognize this signature honoree, and you know him from so many directions in high definition, Dave Ernsberger. He will make the presentation.
Thank you, Karen. Good morning. What a beautiful day in our beautiful little town. I'm very proud to be asked again this year to announce the honoree for, this year's Signature Award honorees. This year's Signature Award honorees have exemplified in so many ways, can you hear me? Have exemplified in so many ways the traits of a Pollyanna, modern day, present day Pollyanna, living, loving, and leading in our small, beautiful town. Full of optimism and gladness, they are providing leadership for our little glad town as we transition to a brighter and more exciting future for our families and our citizens. Thank you. They exhibit, I need a doctor here to help me. Thank you, thanks. All right, thank you. All right, so, whoops. Luckily I have a second copy. Thank you again. It's all right. So can you hear me now, I hope? I'm usually pretty loud, so. These people have a vision for a brighter and more prosperous future for our community and are determined to selflessly participate, collaborate, and lead in helping us to achieve the dreams we all have for our little town. They have a vision for a brighter and more prosperous future for our community and our families, and are determined to selflessly participate, collaborate, and lead in helping us to achieve the dreams that we all have. The two of them met in school and majored in business finance at Boston College. In addition to their passion for their major, they also developed a respect and liking for each other. After college, they both became certified public accountants, CPAs, and went to work for Price Waterhouse, one of the most prestigious accounting and consulting firms in America. After a particularly tough New England winter, and we do know those, they took their talents to San Diego and to work for industry leaders at Callaway Golf, Resources Global, Professionals, and AMN Healthcare Services. They had their first child, Claire, and began to yearn for the beautiful White Mountains and to raise their family with those special New England values. Almost 10 years ago, they decided, to our good fortune, to move back to Littleton to be closer to their family. It was so great to be back home, and once here, they welcomed a new son, Luke, into their family, and he's been a special addition. John and Erin Hennessy, our Signature Award honorees for this year, came back to Littleton to become the second generation of Hennessys to provide their inspiring vision and leadership to our community. John is today the Chief Financial Officer at our largest industrial park employer, the Littleton Coin Company. He has brought his caring, optimism, and leadership talents to so many special projects, such as the Parker Mountain Biking and Hiking Project, the Mount Eustis Ski Hill Project, the commemorative Pollyanna Centennial Coin Project, and has served for the last 5 years as chair of the River District redevelopment effort. He has also served on the board of the Chamber of Commerce and the Regional Advisory Board for the New Hampshire Charitable Foundation. His wife and partner, Erin, has served with distinction as the state representative for Littleton in Concord, and today is vice chair of the state's finance committee. She is a member of the board of directors of Littleton Regional Healthcare, one of our town's greatest assets. She has offered her tremendous talents to the board of New Hampshire Public Television and has served on the Friends of Lakeway as a volunteer and as a Lakeway Destination Imagination coach. Both Aaron and John are enthusiastic, passionate about their town, and selfless leaders who have given so much of themselves to improve the quality of life for all of us in our award-winning town. We are full of gladness in announcing that this year's Signature Award winners are John and Aaron Hennessy. Congratulations, Aaron. John, congratulations. Here are these beautiful plaques for John and Arison. And this, if you haven't figured out, is Claire and Luke. They're the third generation of great leaders in our community, about to grow up and come back and help us again. Anyway, congratulations, John, Aaron. You are such a wonderful, wonderful part of our community, and we're so proud to have you as an honoree for this year.
It's really an honor to receive this award. Thanks to Dave for saying such nice things, to the Eames family and Pollyanna of Littleton. Littleton's a great community, full of great people, and we're just glad to be a part of it. Thanks.
Thank you.
I'm almost tall enough. I feel bold and tall. We're just about at the point of the great delight of taking our group photo. And that is a tradition we all enjoy. Parenthetically, I would like to say 2002, we had the first group photo. At that time, when Pollyanna was unveiled, we had the woman of the most longevity in the amongst Pollyanna admirers like yourselves, and she had been acquainted with Pollyanna through stories from her father. It was Fran Heald, a signature honoree. She was 93 and a half and very glad to be a Pollyanna admirer. At that time, and the world record so far for Pollyanna of Littleton unveiling celebrations, there was a baby 2 weeks old. And at that time, she was just adored by her family, welcomed by her brother Ethan, and now she is an athlete and a student of great report. That is Morgan Eames. Since then, Carson has come on the scene. But Morgan holds the world record as the youngest, and yet history repeats itself. George Mitchell's family, Hannah, 2 weeks ago, and she is here with her daughter, Virginia, is also a parent of a 2-week-old baby girl. So some things are good, excellent, and beautiful with Pollyanna spirit when history repeats itself. We have yet to have a new baby in the community, girl or boy, named after Pollyanna, either Paul or Pollyanna. So we look forward to the next birth announcement. Right now, this is why the group photos are such a delight and so important. You can see each of us, young and old alike, every year in a different way. So, George Mitchell, are you ready to call it?